Honda versus Toyota. It's the debate that never ends. You want to know which hybrid is going to cost you less at 150,000 miles.
Not just which one gets 2 extra mpg on the sticker,
Which one is actually going to be sitting in your driveway? And which one is going to be sitting in my repair bay? Most reviewers focus on the screen size or the cup holders.
we aren't doing that today. I'm Mike.
And for 25 years, I've been the guy turning the wrenches under the hood. Today, I'm breaking down the Civic Hybrid versus the Corolla Hybrid based on what actually happens once the warranty expires. If you're a long-term owner, you need to hear this before you sign the papers. Mechanic authority. Welcome back to the garage, everyone. Let's get one thing straight. I love Honda engineering, and I respect Toyota's track record. But both manufacturers have different philosophies when it comes to hybrid tech. When you bring a car to me, I don't care how fast it goes, 0 to 60. I care about how long it takes for a part to fail, how hard it is to access, and how much the OEM charges for that part. I've seen enough of these systems now to know where the stress points are. So, let's stop guessing and look at the engineering. Dwell. If you want the real cost of ownership, not the brochure version, subscribe to Honda Decoded. Mike breaks it down from the shop floor, performance and feel. First, driving experience. Toyota uses that legendary planetary ECVT. It's simple, it's robust, and it's been refined over decades. It's not built to thrill you, it's built to move you efficiently. Then, we have Honda's EHEV system. This is a different animal. It feels more connected, more car-like. Honda designed this for the driver who actually likes driving. But does that connected feel introduce more complexity? If you want a commuter car that you can ignore for 10 years, the Toyota system is the gold standard for it just works. If you actually enjoy the drive, the Honda is the better platform. But performance isn't just power, it's how that power is delivered over the long haul. Ownership and maintenance, let's talk dollars. Everyone looks at MPG, but let's look at cost per mile.
Both cars benefit from regenerative braking,
which is a massive saver for brake pad life. I see more Honda hybrids requiring specific fluid services that the owner forgot about because the manual is buried in the glove box. On the Corolla, you're dealing with a system that is, quite frankly, over-engineered in the best possible way. The maintenance costs, oil changes, coolant cycles, even the way the battery is cooled, are so predictable it's boring. That's exactly what you want when you're driving 15,000 miles a year.
maintenance costs that sneak up on you. That's what kills long-term ownership.
Subscribe so you don't get caught off guard.
Reliability deep dive.
Here's where it gets real. We talked about this before in my breakdown of fuel systems. The debate between port and direct injection. Toyota has been very smart about mixing technologies in their hybrids to prevent long-term carbon buildup, which is a huge hidden cost on direct injection engines. If you buy a car today that's 100% direct injection and you only drive short, city trips, you are going to be paying for intake valve cleaning at 80,000 miles. Toyota manages this incredibly well. Honda's latest engines are efficient and punchy, but they are more complex.
More sensors, more complex ECU logic, more potential points of failure.
If you are keeping this car until the wheels fall off, and I mean 200,000 miles,
the Corolla's architecture is, in my experience, slightly more forgiving. Carbon buildup, direct injection,
hidden costs at 80,000 miles. Subscribe if you want to know what's coming before it arrives. What's the verdict? If your goal is absolute minimum long-term cost, and you see your car purely as an appliance to get from A to B, buy the Corolla Hybrid.
It is the most refined appliance on the planet.
If you want that commuter, but you also want to actually enjoy your 45-minute drive home. You like the steering feel, the interior layout, the way the car handles. Buy the Honda Civic Hybrid. It's better to drive, but you have to be willing to pay a slightly higher maintenance tax for that experience over the long term. Don't let the marketing tell you they're the same. They aren't. They're built for different people. Honest disclosure. Everything I've shared here is based on the real-world patterns I've seen in the shop over 25 years.
This isn't a guarantee of what your specific car will do. Every vehicle has its own history,
its own maintenance record, and its own set of variables. What I can tell you is what tends to happen across the cars I see, not what will happen to your car specifically. If you're making a buying decision, get an independent pre-purchase inspection from a shop that has no stake in the sale. That $45 check could save you $4,000. That's the reality from the shop floor. I want to know what you value more: total peace of mind, or a car that actually puts a smile on your face?
Drop a comment below and tell me which one is sitting in your driveway.
And if you want to know what other engines I've seen fail before their time, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. File Honda Decoded. Subscribe for the real story from under the hood. Mike signs off. See you next time.